Know is, once nakapasok, the question arises now is, how much of gas in the blood is gas exchange? So, tumutulong na rin yung puso. Ito, kung paano siya mag-transmit doon sa how it's going to help to be utilized. So, let's go back. What are we going to expect when it comes to ventilation-perfusion relationships? Okay, how is oxygen transported from the air towards the tissues? Anong mga possible na causes nagkukos ng hypoxemia? Bakit gano'n? Tine-check natin yung pulse oximeter. Bakit ang baba ng oxygen? Dahil maganda naman ang pasok ng hangin. Or is there an effect in the altering of the VQ ratio of the lung unit? There is also regional gas exchange. There are problema between a certain part of the lung. Or if there is an effect of the ventilation perfusion, inequality of overall gas exchange and distribution of the VQ ratios or the ventilation perfusion ratios. Here. Tayo siya. So, ano pasok ulit dito? Ventilation. Which is from here to here, diffusion. Which is letter E. From here, the blood that goes here, goes
Bida-bida.
perfusion. Perfusion. It's letter Q. So that's what we call VQ. Okay, or ventilation perfusion. When I said a while ago, dapat, kung ano yung pagpasok ng hangin na may-utilize dapat ang body natin, yun din dapat ang number ng may-utilize. It should be a 1:1 ratio. However, inequalities sometimes happen whenever there is mababang ventilation, magandang perfusion, or hindi magandang perfusion, magandang ventilation. We call now that one ventilation perfusion or VQ mismatch.
Aww. Hindi siya
So
compatible.
that's the problem now. So that's what we are going to determine because bakit at times tama naman, sobrang dami ng oxygen binibigay, pero hindi pa rin maganda yung oxygenation. Kasi
Sa bayad mo.
then we have a problem now of perfusion. Okay. So bakit gano'n?
May bayad naman.
Maganda naman yung ating maganda naman yung ating pulmonary circulation, pero there's a problem here. No? So, doon natin malalaman kung ano bang kailangan ng isang tao. Mas kailangan ba niya mas maraming oxygen? Or there is really something here that despite the fact na maraming oxygen,
Pera.
hindi pa rin ipadami sa blood system. Okay, so remember that, just for a review again, okay, oxygen transfer from air to tissues, that 149 millimeters mercury, airflow pressure, oxygen. Okay, the alveoli, remember that also the PO2 is fallen to about 100 millimeters mercury. Pagdating niya doon sa alveolar area. So from 149, naging 100 siya. The PO2 of alveolar gas always is determined by the removal of the oxygen from the pulmonary capillary bed kung gaano karami ang nilabas, or the continual replenishment of alveolar population. When alveolar PO2 is largely determined by the level of the alveolar ventilation. And systemic arterial blood reaches the tissue capillaries, oxygen diffuses to the mitochondria where the PO2 is much lower. Pag na-diffuse na niya, na-reach na niya yung certain number of amount within the blood capillaries, then it starts to become lower as well. So just you can see over here, mas mataas na po na within this area, pumasok, pero once it goes over here within the lung, it becomes 100. As you move further from the atmosphere going towards the mitochondria, pababa ang oxygen, yung PO2 or yung partial pressure ng oxygen. So when it reaches over here, yun lang. That is why the reason is we always need to continuously breathe and breathe para ma-replenish lahat ng mga nung natin hindi kaya ibigay. Kasi hindi naman natin kaya, pag huminga tayo malalim, lahat ng 159 na yan o 149 na yan, papasok yung towards the body. Hindi, paubos na yan, paubos. What are some of the causes of hypoxemia? What is hypoxemia? Decrease of oxygen in the blood. Okay. There are actually 4 potential mechanisms of failure of the oxygen transport pathway that can lead to a reduced arterial PO2. This is PO2 partial pressure of oxygen. Sanayin na natin huwag lang O2 na. PO2. We're saying it because remember that it is a part of one of the entire gas. Meron tayong carbon dioxide. So, sanayin na natin ang PO2. Partial pressure of oxygen. Okay? So, mga apat na yan is hypoventilation. Hindi masyadong magandang pasok ng hangin. Diffusion limitation. Hindi maganda ang pasok ng hangin pag-transmit ng gas from the alveoli towards the pulmonary circulation. Shunt. That means instead of it passing to the normal pathway, meron siyang ibang dinadaanan. And ventilation perfusion inequality, which we call it yung mismatch. When you say hypoventilation, the alveolar ventilation is abnormally low. So in other words, instead na yung pumasok na is 149 mmHg, pero pagdating doon dapat 100, pero hindi umaabot eh. So there's really something that's blocking it. Like for example, hypoventilation, mababa. Normally, dapat pagdating dito, in alveolar, nasa alveolar natin is 100 millimeters. But it just so happened that something is impeding this, ang dumarating na lang sa kanya, sabihin na lang natin 50%. So there could be something over here. Anong iniisip ninyo? Something that could be obstructing. There's a problem now with the ventilation. So ano ang iisipin natin dyan? The alveolar PO2 falls down to 50 and then starts, the person now is what we call acute hypoventilation. So anong dapat natin gawin dyan? Para tumasok na yung oxygen. Give oxygen. No? Kasi wala naman tayong problema dito. Ang problema nandito pala. No? So what we do is we give supplemental oxygen. Okay, nagbigay tayo. Pag nagbigay tayo, tapas na ulit. Okay. What will happen again to that supplemental oxygen here? Merong problema dyan sa latter score. Okay? Understand that, ha? Hypoventilation. The problem lang is na doon lang sa pagpasok ng hangin. Okay, so some of the causes are the following. Okay, mga good to know. Drugs that depress the central tribal respiratory system, respiratory muscles such as morphine, barbiturates, kasi kapag hindi ka hihinga. Okay? There could be damage to the chest wall, like chest trauma, paralysis of the respiratory muscles, and very high resistance to breathing. Like for example, pumunta ka sa malalim, swimming ka sa pinaka-malalim na part ng swimming pool. Anyway, for the last lecture ng pulmonary physiology, we will discuss all about the mechanics of what will happen to your lungs kung pumunta kayo deep under the sea or high above the air, even in space, or during exercise. Okay, so that is what we call the pulmonary system or respiratory system during stress. And another cause of hypoventilation is obesity. So, ano in-expect dapat natin na dito? Is it restrictive or obstructive?
Restrictive.
So ano dapat ang mga parameters natin na chine-check na number 4 sa spirometry? Ayun na, ano dapat ang decrease? FFC, ano ba? DLC, ano ba? RV. Now you know, correlate yun na, di ba? So, pag nakikita niyo mga ganyan cases, you will always attribute it now. Mas madali niyo ng tandaan. Okay. So, always remember that hypoventilation always increases the alveolar and arterial PCO2. And it decreases the PO2 unless additional oxygen is inspired. Hypoxemia is easy to reverse by adding oxygen to this purpose. Yung sinabi natin kanina na oxygen. Naman tayo sa diffusion limitation. So, this happens naman. You can see over here once more, ito yung perfect lungs. Wherein you inspire 150 to 149 here. So, a PO2 difference between the alveolar gas and any capillary resulting from incomplete diffusion is immeasurably small. Napakaliit lang naman ang difference dito ng diffusion from the gas towards the capillaries. Napakaliit lang naman. There is also the differences become larger. Saka lang lumalaki ito, itong area na ito, lalaki siya lalo, if you are doing exercise, or when the blood gas barrier is thickened, or if the low oxygen mixture is inhaled together with that of other gases as well. Hindi na masyado ito because they rarely cause hypoxemia. Hindi mo makikita mababa ka ng oxygenation. Unless, pa-exercising mo sila, makikita mo bumabagsak ang oxygen nila. The other one is shunt. This refers to the blood that enters the arterial system without going through the ventilated areas of the lungs. So, ang nangyayari, okay yung pasok ng hangin. Dapat meron. Pero, ang nangyayari, meron ibang dinadaanan dito. There's another pathway. So, ang nangyayari, hindi ito nakukuha yung pulmonary circulation natin, yung gas na nakukuha. What happens is, it goes to another direction or another pathway instead of the usual pathway. So that's what we call a shunt. The best that I can give you for a shunt are yung mga congenital heart diseases. The blood that is supposed to be going towards the lung is being transmitted directly back to the system. Kaya yung tinatawag sa aortic heart, congenital heart diseases. Yun yung mga tinatawag na anatomical, right to left shunt, which mixes the blood through the atrial and the ventricular defect. Okay, it's also a branch of the pulmonary artery connecting directly to a pulmonary vein. We call that intravenous arteriosis. We also have what we call the physiological type of shunt, wherein the bronchial circulation, the oxygenated bronchial venous blood traces directly into the oxygenated blood of the pulmonary veins. So, nangyari, hindi nagagamit ng balot, pupunta na mismo siya directly ulit dun sa pulmonary veins na pinix away. What are some of the pathophysiological scenarios that give rise to shunts? Pwede, ang pulmonary edema. Okay, pag may tubig ulit doon sa lungs natin, nangyayari, hindi na maganda yung gas exchange. So, ang nangyayari ngayon, naghahanap ang ways yung pulmonary circulation natin to find other ways where they could get that oxygen needed by the body. There could be also alveolar filling, so these are actually nice to know. Okay, the kind of pneumonia, or there could be a collapsed region in the lung due to pneumothorax. Sometimes they may also have AV vascular channels that connect to hepatic cirrhosis, and they right to that vascular communications of the level of the heart or the great extrapulmonary blood vessels, such as that as mga congenital heart diseases natin. Okay, so what would happen now if there is an imbalance between the ventilation and the perfusion? We call that now yung ventilation-perfusion mismatch. Okay, or what we call sometimes the zero VA, alveolar ventilation, the pulmonary shunt. It happens when there is no ventilation but perfusion remains normal. Okay, wala nang pupasok na hangin, but it remains normal yung pulmonary circulation. Before I proceed with the process, okay, you can take a picture of it now. Pwedeng meron problema doon sa alveolar body. There could be a complete obstruction of the airway, or there could be an extrinsic compression of the alveolar present, like atelectasis, or heart thorax, or even thorax. So, ganito ang picture niya. Okay. Meron blockage dito, so nangyari mababa ang oxygen, pero carbon dioxide is already going high, hindi mo ilabas. This is just a better picture of it. Since there is a blockage within this part, hindi ventilated ngayon yung alveolar na yan. So, ang nangyayari, despite the fact na normal at capillary circulation, but it bypasses, it goes to the pulmonary, the alveoli, hindi na yun nakakakuha ng enough na oxygen na para i-deliver sa tissues. Okay. Okay. We also have what we call the low ventilation perfusion, or the VA or the PAQ, less than 1. Okay? So there is a low ventilation which is relative to its perfusion, such as in partial airway obstruction. Okay? So ang nangyari dyan, meron yung may mga pulmonary fibrosis, or sila yung may mga lack of surfactant or high airway resistance, or those that are found in asthma and COPD. So it just looks like this. Meron din konti lang, but still hypoxemia siya. We also have the VAQ of infinity, ventilation perfusion of infinity, which we call the dead space. There is no perfusion, but ventilation naman remains normal. So, ang mangyayari yan, meron na tayong hangin, pero hindi naman maganda ang perfusion. And the causes of these are embolism, emphysema, and bronchial disease. Embolism, you know what embolism is, right? There's a clot that goes towards the pulmonary arteries. Ang nangyayari, hindi na maganda kayo yung nagdalo ng oxygen towards the area. So, such as this one. Okay, so mataas ang oxygen, however, carbon dioxide is no longer being, wala kang carbon dioxide na lumalabas dito eh. Diba? Since meron lang para dito. So, there's no way that carbon dioxide is going to go out because of the para. So, what happens now, it gets accumulated in the blood. Okay. We also have the high ventilation perfusion. Okay, so, ang nangyayari dito is low perfusion, which is related to is ventilation. The causes of these are hypertension, or there is partial obstruction of the pulmonary blood vessels, which will present in pulmonary embolism, which may be responsible for a high ventilation perfusion. So this is another example of it. So somewhere over here, there's an impairment of perfusion because meron para over there. However, maganda ang ventilation. Okay. But since maganda ang ventilation, pero no gas exchange occur, ano na tawag doon? There is dead space. So every time that your lungs are well ventilated but are not being utilized because of a problem in perfusion, ano nangyayari? Tumataas ngayon ang ating dead space. Okay? The dead space, when you say dead space, is the area of the lungs where no gas exchange occurs. Okay, so anatomically, saan ba ang mga anatomic dead space natin? Upper airways. Okay. Tapos where does it start to have where does it start to have gas exchange? Okay. We're just reviewing it. Balik tayo sa ventilation perfusion ratio. Always remember that the concept of measuring the imbalance between alveolar ventilation and the blood flow. It is the ratio of alveolar ventilation and the amount of blood that perfuses the alveolar. This is for a UVA. There's a formula here. It's actually also good. I'll give that to you now. Okay. Okay. So, punta tayo dito sa regional gas exchange within the lung. Normally, the lung has different ventilation perfusion ratio since ventilation, as it goes in, mas maraming ventilation over here, pero does diffusion occur on this side? Does diffusion occur on this part of the lung? Kung nandito pa yung mga major wala pa, not as much as compared to this. No? In the lower portions of the lungs, this one, mas marami na dapat tayo tinatawag na ventilation kasi mas mataas kayo dito. So what happens here is that we expect us to have a high ventilation perfusion as compared to this one, a low ventilation perfusion. The other way around, sorry.
Mali.
Mataas na. So a normal lung, remember in different parts of the lung, iba ang mga regions niya na merong gas exchange, mas mataas ang perfusion sa isa, ventilation perfusion ratio. So airflow and blood flow increases down in the lung, but the differences in the perfusion are greater. Pag sinabing perfusion, greater than the differences in ventilation. So mas mataas ang pag-perfuse niya when it comes to the lower parts. So blood flow is proportionally greater than ventilation at the base, lower base, which is a lower VP ratio, or ventilation perfusion ratio. But ventilation is proportionally greater than blood flow at the apex, which means it has a higher ventilation perfusion. So, baliktad pala ako. Mistake. Sorry. This one is higher. Sorry, I'm mistaken.
Yung alin yung...
We're talking about the ratio here now. We're talking about the ratio stage. So remember that blood flow within the upper portion within the upper portion is actually greater yung ventilation niya as compared to that of the blood flow.
Ventilation,
Okay.
perfusion. So that's
The other way naman is opposite, doon sa baba, sa base part of the lungs, where blood flow is proportionately greater. Ang blood flow is greater within the lower portion of the lungs. This is by virtue of gravity. So by blood alone, sige, just think of it the lungs, since blood is denser, so it fills the lower portions of the lungs. That is if you are in an upright position. So as you go into that position of the lungs, na upright ka na ganyan, blood flow will flow faster within the lower portion of the lungs. Okay, so mas mataas ang blood flow. Okay. You got it now? Naintindihan na? Just remember the last two, the last two bullets. So in standing, like what I said a while before, sitting, this ratio is not uniform in all parts of the lungs. My standing position, upper parts, there is almost no blood flow. So normally in the upper parts of the lung, the ratio is higher or maybe near 3. And sa lower part of the lungs, the ratio may be increased to 0.6. So this is a better picture of it. I think we're almost done. This is my last slide.
Picture na dito.
So this just shows a picture na mas mataas ang blood flow within this area. Because by virtue of gravity. In other words, mas marami naman ang ventilation within this, but mas mataas ang, mas decrease ang blood flow within the apex as compared to that of the lower lungs. Okay. Any questions? That's my last slide before we proceed to the quiz. Now you know how air gets inside, that was discussed yesterday. How air is now transmitted towards the pulmonary circulation. That was discussed a while ago earlier. Now you know also how the gas that has been diffused is to be utilized and what affects it whenever there is an imbalance between what goes in and what is being utilized. Pulmonary circulation. Okay, anything that you want me to make clear? Na hindi naintindihan? Or any question? Ano na lang, analyze na lang, no? This takes a bit of, konting imagination kung paano nangyayari. Because by doing so, you will understand how. Pwede nyo na siya i-correlate next time pagdating ninyo ng clinical subjects. You can now correlate that, this is what happens pala, kaya hindi maganda ang pasok ng oxygen. Kaya pag pumunta ang pasyente sa inyo, mababa oxygen, isip na kayo. What's the reason? Bakit mababa oxygen? Okay. Lagay tayo ng oxygen. Gumanda. So, the problem is, ventilation. Hindi ko maganda. Mababa ng PP. Ano na problema? There's a problem now with the perfusion. That's how you think about it. The patient's lungs cannot, there's enough oxygen, the perfusion is okay, pero pag humihinga ng malalim, hindi pa rin sapat. The problem is now, ventilation pa rin. Pero, problem is restriction. Mga ganyan lang. Those are the things that you have to consider. Okay. So, are we ready to have a quiz or let's have a break naman? 5 minutes. Okay. Kasi mamaya, si